In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can recreate this cute and affordable ghost in a jar wall decor.
Welcome, my pretties, to the Awfully Sweet channel.
I found this kitchen conversion wood sign at my local dollar store. I only paid $1.50 for it. The moment I saw it, I knew it would make the cutest ghost in a jar project. I cut and removed the ribbon at the top. With a piece of sandpaper, I'm sanding the white design. I'm very careful and avoid passing over the metal lid. I also do the sides and between the curves of the lid. We won't see the back, but I can't stand leaving it white, so I remove the sticker and sand the back as well. I clean my work surface once I'm done sanding. Using a Lysol wipe, I remove the dust residue from my wood sign. I pass a second time with a Scott towel and place a piece of tape on the back to keep the hanging loop in place. I'm doing 2 coats of gesso on the front and the sides. I drew and printed a ghost on a piece of cardstock paper. I'm cutting the design with scissors. I also cut the eyes, making a small incision first on a cutting mat with a craft knife. I'm cleaning a piece of glass since this will be my work surface for the next part. I'm using natural modeling clay to make the ghost. I'm cutting a good amount and play with it for a while to form a ball. Since I can control the thickness of the clay with my rolling pin, I'm going for 6 mm. I then roll my clay and place the paper ghost on top. Using sculpting tools, I cut around the shape and remove the excess. I use a mini ball to carve the eyes. I then sculpt around the eyes to remove some clay. I do some touch-ups and remove the ghost from the glass. He was really stuck there. I'm thinking that maybe I should use a piece of parchment paper next time. I remove him very carefully. I do some final touch-ups and put him aside to dry overnight. I then do 2 coats of folk art metallic sequin black, again on the front. Once the ghost is completely dry, I sand him on a large piece of sandpaper for the front and the back.
The ghost of the ghost.
I use a smaller piece for the sides. I'm using a paintbrush to remove the dust from the ghost. It would be a really good idea to wear a mask during this process. There is so much dust, it would truly be a nightmare to have it mixed with the paint that I'm going to apply. I then do 2 coats of gesso on the front and the sides. I remove the tape from the back and do 2 coats of gesso. Using black acrylic paint, I'm painting the eyes first. I then paint the ghost with white acrylic paint, doing 2 coats. I then do 2 coats of black acrylic paint. I also start to paint the hanging loop. In a small container, I'm mixing a few drops of water with white acrylic paint. I'm painting lily of the valley flowers and other nature details on the front of the jar. This will make the entire design stand out from the black background. I'm using mostly PBO acrylic paint to add the colors to my flowers. This is the part where you can really have fun and play with colors. Enjoy this process and take your time to create a little masterpiece for yourself. Once the paint is dry, I can glue my ghost to the jar. I'm using a tiny tube of super glue and permanently place my ghost on my wood sign. I absolutely recommend wearing gloves and covering your work surface. I made a complete mess and destroyed my silicone mat in the process. Be very careful and smarter than me. I'm using a Lysol wipe to clean the paint from the middle lid. I pass a second time with a Scott towel and place a piece of tape on top of it. I'm mixing some gloss medium and varnish with a few drops of water and a tiny amount of black acrylic paint in a container. I do 2 coats on the front of the jar, including the ghost. I then add flowers to my ghost using the same colors as the ones in the background. I do another coat of black medium on the ghost and add some details to add some dimension to the white sheet. I then add a little bit more of the black acrylic paint to the mix to make it even darker. I do 2 more coats on the background only. I then add more black medium to the sides for the middle to be brighter. I try to make light reflections on the jar with white acrylic paint. I add a final touch of black medium on top of the white. I then paint the sides with black acrylic paint as well as the rest of the hanging loop. And this completes this ghost in a jar wall decor. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial and that you feel inspired to make your own. If you made it this far and enjoy Halloween DIYs, please be sweet and leave me a little treat by clicking on my pumpkin pail to subscribe to the Awfully Sweet channel. Don't forget to hit the bell notification to know when a new video comes up. There is always enough room on my broom for another crafty ghoul. Thank you for hanging out with me. Have a fabulous day. Bye!